Good evening, YouTube, BookTube. This is Johnny. It is a Friday night here in West Michigan. It is 5:57 in the evening on June the 12th. And yeah, it's been at least 4 or 5 days since I made a video. Basically, I haven't, like I always say about making videos, is that I don't really, still reading the same things I mentioned in my last videos. I'm a slow reader. I don't read fast because I read in the mornings for devotions, and sometimes in the morning I don't read anything. I just write in my online diary. No, I do write in my online diary, but usually in the afternoons. But in the mornings, I write in my paper diary. Today, I ended on page 555 for the year 2020. Yeah, we're already in the 6th month of the year, halfway through June already. We're in the middle of the month almost here in June. And thrift stores have been opening up finally. I went to a thrift store today. All I found today at a thrift store was a Bible. It was only 64 cents. This is a King James. It came out in 1960, and it has a name in it. Elsie something, October 8, 1960. It's in perfect condition. It's not underlined. It's not. It has in the back here 10 Commandments and the Matthew 6. That's all it's in here. There's nothing else. Sometimes I find a Bible I really like, and then I find it's been underlined somewhere, or they have the family history in the middle of it. But this one's in perfect condition, only 64 cents. And I love Bibles. So yeah, when you get to the you have the Old Covenant or Old Testament, and then you have the New Testament. Perfect condition, really nice. It has nice print. It stays flat when you open it. Today I was reading in the afternoon. I was reading, this is Friday Reads. I was going to do a book haul, a used book haul, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do that next week. But I was reading today Joshua. This is Joshua, Judges, and Ruth, and the Reformation Commentary on Scripture, edited by N. Scott Amos. And I've been reading this pretty steadily the last couple of days. I was reading on Joshua chapter 6, on chapter 6, 15 through 17. And it came to pass on the 7th day that they rose early about the dawning of the day, and compassed the city of Jericho, after the same manner 7 times. Only on that day they compassed the city 7 times. And it came to pass at the 7th time, when the priests blew with the trumpets, Joshua said unto the people, Shout, for the Lord has given you the city, and the city shall be accursed, even it and all that are therein, to the Lord. Only Rahab the harlot shall live, and she and all that are with her in the house, because she hid the messengers that we sent. So I read that today. So I've been reading the Joshua, Judges, but mainly the book of Joshua in the mornings, and I've been reading The Wonderful Works of God by Herman Bavinck, and The Wonderful Works of God, Instruction in the Reform, in the Christian Religion According to the Reformed Confession by Herman Bavinck. I'm still on The Divine and Human Nature of Christ. And I've been reading Reformed Ethics, Created, Fallen, and Converted Humanity by Herman Bavinck. and I'm still on the fallen image of God, and I'm still reading Canon, Covenant, and Christology, Rethinking Jesus and the Scriptures of Israel by Matthew Barrett. And I'm still reading Unity and Continuity and Covenantal Thought, a study in Reformed tradition to the Westminster Assembly by Andrew A. Woolsey. I'm on John Calvin and Covenant and Predestination. So these are all kind of things that, you know, you just can't plow through these things, and you know, they demand a lot of attention, contemplation, thought. And plus, like I say, when I'm reading in the mornings, I'm always writing in my diary things from these books. So I've been reading those in the mornings and afternoons, and sometimes in the evenings. I'm still reading The Origin of Brunists by Robert Coover. I've read 231 pages. Been reading this. This is one of the thrift store books I bought, and I read this for almost a day. This is called Main Currents in American Thought, The Beginnings of Critical Realism in America in 1860 to 1920, Volume 3 by Vernon Lewis Parrington. And I found this at Salvation Army, and I never heard of Vernon Lewis Parrington, but apparently this work won the Pulitzer Prize in about 1921, I think. And it was considered a classic of a history of American literature. And so I ordered Volume 2 used, and I also ordered a biography on Vernon Lewis Parrington. Volume 2 is from 1800 to 1860, The Romantic Revolution in America. And Volume 1 is The Colonial Mind, 1620 to 1800. Now, he died in writing Volume 3, and he only got to the year 1900. And one of his friends who taught with him, there were outlines for the rest of the book, and that's what it is. And but it's really, I really enjoy it. It says back here, it contains some of the Pulitzer Prize's winners' most thrilling prose. It's really great prose. Very interesting, very thought-provoking. Highly recommend it. Main Currents in American Thought. All 3 volumes are worth buying. I would buy them. But this is the beginning of critical realism in America, 1860 to 1920. When I was reading this, I remembered a book I had in our library, and I got it out last night. Truth's Ragged Edge, The Rise of the American Novel by Philip F. Gura. Now, he looks at the history of the American novel up until the 1850s, 1860s. And so I got this out to look at. And then this is another used book I got at Salvation Army on Tuesday. And this is really a find, a gem. I was thinking about buying this for a long time, and then I found it for $1. This is There Is Simply Too Much to Think About by Saul Bellow, his collected nonfiction, edited by Benjamin Taylor. And so I was really pleased. So I've been reading this in the evenings. As you all know, Saul Bellow is one of my favorite American writers. His short stories, his novels. And I didn't have any of his nonfiction, I don't think. But I was really pleased to find this. This goes for $35. It was not even red. There's not even a remainder mark on it. So when I found this, that was really exciting. So I've been reading this. I also ordered used today Benjamin Taylor, who edited this volume. He edited the letters of Saul Bellow. So I got those coming in the mail. So I was reading this last night. And then I got back into reading The Collected Stories of Macho Diaz, translated from the Portuguese by Margaret Joel Costa and Robin Patterson. So I've been reading these also in the last couple of days. I'm really enjoying them. So I've been reading this, Collected Stories of Macho Diaz, Machteo Diaz. Reading Saul Bellow's Nonfiction. Reading The Rise of the American Novel, Truth's Ragged Edge by Philip F. Gura. Reading Main Currents in American Thought, Volume 3, The Beginnings of Critical Realism in America from 1860 to 1920 by Vernon Lewis Parrington. Reading the novel by Robert Coover, The Origin of Brutus. Reading The Wonderful Works of God by Herman Bavinck. Reading the Old Testament book, the book of Joshua in the Holy Bible. Reading the Reformation commentary on the book of Joshua. Reading about Reformed ethics, Created, Fallen, Converted Humanity by Herman Bavinck. Reading Canon, Covenant, and Christology, Rethinking Jesus and the Scriptures of Israel by Matthew Barrett. And lastly, reading Unity and Continuity and Covenantal Thought, a study in the Reformed tradition to the Westminster Assembly by Andrew A. Woolsey. So you can see that I have enough to read, and I'll be reading these, I'm sure, throughout the month of June. I did get some thrift store books, like I said, like I found these two books at Salvation Army, and I found this Bible today at a Goodwill. I found some other books. I'll show those in the future videos because I plan to go to Salvation Army next week. Now that it's open, put on my mask, go in there and look around. Lately, I went to Bibles to Mexico today, and I ran into my wife. As you all know, my wife is fully retired now, and that we have all our family coming to visit us the end of June, and my wife has been collecting stuff for the grandkids for crafts. So when I was at Bibles to Mexico, there she was buying stuff. And so tonight she went to a visitation. One of her nurses' friend's mother died, so my wife is there tonight. So yeah, not much else going on. The library hasn't opened yet here in Holland, Michigan. I missed volunteering at the Book Nook, the library used bookstore, but all the thrift stores are open now, so that's good. I went, like Tuesday, we went to the Humane Society thrift store. We went to Goodwill, Salvation Army, and I went to there's North Side Goodwill and South Side Goodwill. We live in the south side of Holland, so I went there today. They just opened today. Didn't see anything, but I did get the Bible. So I hope you're all having a good week. This is a Friday. I hope you have a good weekend. The books I showed you in this video are the books I'll be reading throughout the weekend. And yeah, not much else going on. I'm doing okay. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the new subscribers. I hope you're all doing well, that you're not sick. And so yeah, so I'll sign off, and until next time, bye.